Alright, so this is a video about my desk setup. I've had this setup for about 2 weeks now, a solid 2 weeks. I have the FlexiSpot S2 desk. It's like a automatic sit stand desk. Go up, go down. I like to go to 28.6. It's less than $300. It is decent. But the main point of this video is the Steelcase Leap V2 chair. And most of the review will be about this. So I bought this chair at crandalloffice.com. If you're not aware of Crandall Office, they take high-end office chairs or used high-end office chairs and they refurbish them. And with certain chairs like the Leap V2, they improve it. So with the seat pad here, they made it actually thicker than the original, which makes it much more comfy. But after having it for about 2 weeks now, I would say it's a pretty great chair actually. It's pretty comfortable. It goes, let's see, what can I show you here? You can adjust the seat panel to go in or out like this. You can obviously adjust the seat height up or down. So you could thumbs up, cool. And you could change the backstops. So I'll show you here. See if I could, let me use my mirror, it's actually easier. So here, so let's go to the backstop again. Where is it? Yes, I could adjust how far back. So this is no backstop. And this goes all the way back, right? So you could adjust how far back your seat back goes. Now we also have the upper back force, so this determines how much force the back panel needs for it to go back actually. So let me give you a good look there. So if I were to twist it this way, less force is needed. If I twist it towards the positive direction, more force is needed. So let me give you an example here. So here's the back panel. Yep, so it goes pretty back. It goes back pretty far. But if I were to increase the force needed, twist this, I need a lot more force for this to go back. If I were to lower it, easy, very, very loose. And some people might like this. I like to have a little bit of force so I don't always fall backwards. Well, I would say overall, this setup, and particularly this chair, is a huge upgrade from my previous setup. My previous setup was this dining table. You could imagine that this is really not great for your back or any office work in general. So huge upgrade, obviously. I would say this about this chair. Let me switch back to me here. The only problem I have with this chair is, and it's not a problem, actually I can't blame Steelcase for this, but the only problem that I personally have with this chair is the armrest. The armrest is actually one of the best armrests out there in the market. It does it goes in, it goes out. You could change the angle of it. You could adjust the height. Very nice. But the only thing is, I wish it went higher, right? So I went back to the mirror here. It goes pretty high, but I wish it went up to my rib cage here. So I kind of like to work in a very strange manner, like kind of like a praying mantis. But I can't do that here because the armrest doesn't go high enough. What can I say? What else can I say here, guys? If I went back to my 28.6, that's the height I like it at. I like to go down a bit. Yep. So like the way I work is kind of have the armrest leveled with the desk, so I can have easy access to the mouse like this. And then I could sort of change the angle of my arm to hit the keyboard, so it's like an easy like this. If I were not to do this, I would get really bad carpal tunnel, not enough support. But this is great. This is fine. I know that the Herman Miller M body does allow you to have a armrest that goes higher, and it goes really high up to your rib cage here. I will try that out this weekend, but overall, I don't think I'll return this chair. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if the Herman Miller M body does enough to persuade me to change over to that chair. But I'll say this chair is great. If you buy it at Crandall office, it's less than $600. I think right now they have a 5% discount with the code HIGH5, but overall, great chair. What else? I think that's really about it. I mean, I'm trying to get to a point where, people talk about this point when you're sitting on the office chair where you stop noticing the chair. Like that's like the chair nirvana, right? Nirvana. Like you stop noticing the chair and you're like sitting on a cloud. Honestly, I haven't gotten to that point yet. It's only been 2 weeks. So we'll see in the next month or so if I get to that point. I would say I've gotten pretty close, but there's always something that makes me notice this chair. That means that there's something uncomfortable with it. And I'm pretty sure there's no perfect chair out there, but for the price, less than $600, I bought it at Crandall office. The seat's really comfortable. Everything's comfortable except the armrest. I can't complain. It's a good buy. It's a good purchase, I would say. And I'd recommend anyone who is looking to buy a new office chair to get the Leap V2. But if you're like me, like a weirdo that wants a higher armrest, I would suggest to look somewhere else. And that's really about it. The next thing I want to buy is, as you see here, like I have a keyboard and a computer here. Even though I'm sitting ergonomically, my neck is always pointed downwards, and it does hurt my neck a bit. Maybe, let me rephrase that. It does hurt my neck a bit, and maybe I'm blaming the chair for that problem when it's really the angle of the monitor. So I'm thinking about getting an external monitor that elevates, and I could kind of swivel it and change the levels. So once I get that, I'll give you guys an update. Bye bye.